Hello traders and welcome to my video on the buy sell indicator for the MT4 trading platform. Okay, in this video I'm going to show you a strategy which you can use to capture moves like this one for over 600 pips and counting. So this is a US dollar Canadian dollar 1 hour chart. As I said, I'm using the MetaTrader 4 platform, and the buy sell indicator you can see displays these arrows on the chart when it finds either a buy signal or a sell signal. Okay, you can change the color of the arrows and also the size of them as well. I think it's important to just state right away at the beginning of this video that I'm not going to, and I wouldn't personally recommend to take every single signal that the indicator produces. Okay, so I'm not going to buy every time there's a buy arrow or sell every time there's a sell arrow. I think if you do that without looking at the overall market picture, you can get yourself into trouble. Okay, I think it's also worth mentioning that this indicator does repaint as well. Okay, I've seen instances where an arrow will be displayed in one location, but then will move as the market continues to move. Okay, so what this means is it can end up looking good in hindsight. You know, you could go back over the history and say, well, it would have told me to sell at the perfect time, buy at the perfect time, sell at the perfect time, buy at the perfect time, sell at the perfect time, buy at the perfect time, so on and so forth. Okay, so this is the 1 hour chart. I like to use the 1 hour charts for our daily, weekly, and even monthly, simply because I find signals tend to be more reliable due to the fact that there's more market data included within them. Okay, and this applies with technical indicators, price action analysis, candlestick patterns, support resistance, trend lines, etc. Okay, and it's not quite clear what the buy sell indicator uses for its analysis, but I assume it's a combination of technical indicators and, you know, probably something not too out of the ordinary. Maybe it's based on a moving average cross. You can adjust the settings to make them more or less sensitive, but I'm just going to use the defaults for the purpose of this video. Okay, so the first thing I would do is as I said, I'm not going to take every buy sell signal this indicator produces, but if I had to, I would take them in the direction of the trend. Okay, so if we were in a downtrend, I'm not going to take any buy signals. If we're in an uptrend, I'm not going to take any sell signals. So you can see here, clear uptrend. Okay, so I would ignore this sell signal here, this sell signal here, and potentially this one until we see a break of this line of support, this trend line here. Okay, just want to see how price reacts around here. Okay, so that being said, what we had around here is we did have a breakout of this level of resistance. The market is making these higher lows. Okay, we had a breakout of the resistance level there. Okay, so the market started moving upwards, and this blue arrow there, fair enough, could have been a good trade had we taken that. Have a potential of over 500 pips. My stop loss would have been just below the low here, so around 10 to 15 pips, which is relatively tight for the 1 hour chart time frame. And I would have used a trailing stop. So when the price moved up, I'd first move the stop loss to break even point, and then just trail the stop loss below the lows as price moves up. Okay, just locking in the trade all the way up until our trailing stop is taken out. And if that happens, you know, we still would have banked a substantial amount of pips, and we can always look to re-enter, but we don't want to, you know, risk buying too high up after we've seen a big move like this. But you can see there was a potential re-entry with this arrow here. I wouldn't have taken that one simply because we've had this big move up already. I would want to wait for a pullback, but even then we're so far away from the median of the trend that, you know, you're going to be buying high around this point. So just going to want to wait for a pullback and then just see how this move plays out now. Okay, as I said, the indicator does repaint, and personally I wouldn't actually rely on it for signals. I mean, with this, in this instance here, we can see, okay, the market was moving, making lower highs here, so it was bearish. What happened is traders got caught in a bear trap around here. They were selling at the low, and those who were in early enough were taking their profits, which just caused this shift of momentum to the upside. Okay, then we had a breakout of this resistance line, which then became support around here. Then we had the continuation of the trend, and after this resistance level, there was a pullback. However, the market was still making higher lows, and we had a nice continuation up through here, which would have been a potential entry point as well on the breakout of this resistance here. And also where that blue arrow appears, I mean, we could have just used a nice resistance level. We have the move out, the pullback. In fact, if I zoom in more, I can show you. This would have been the first pullback here. We could have looked to trade a breakout of that one. Then we had a pullback there where the blue arrow is. Also had another pullback here. Really, the point I'm trying to emphasize is you don't need a blue arrow to tell you when to take a trade. There's ample opportunities. You can see here this resistance becomes support. So possible entry on the breakout, big breakout candle there, or a pullback to the support level. Had you missed that? Another opportunity. Resistance formed here, resistance, breakout, resistance becomes support, continuation. Enter on the breakout or the pullback. Same thing happens here. Okay. Resistance, resistance, almost a carbon copy of that trade there. Pullback, enter on the breakout. And again here. Okay, and then when you start seeing the market being choppy like this and being quite far away from the start of the trend, you can just wait for a deeper pullback than perhaps continuation of the trend. So had this, it's like an ascending wedge or descending wedge pattern there, arguably a flag pattern as well, and a breakout to the upside and a continuation of the uptrend. Okay, we could have again looked to have hopped in on the trend on the pullbacks. Being careful not to buy at the top. Okay, an interesting thing. The reason I'm pointing this out to you is just to show you that you don't necessarily need technical indicators to find good trades. Okay, you can time entry using trend lines, support and resistance, and always keep an eye on your candlestick patterns as well. I've got lots of videos on various candlestick patterns that you can check out. But you can see there was no blue arrows coming up here. So if you were only taking the trades that the indicator gave you, you would have missed multiple good trading opportunities just sitting around waiting for a technical indicator. I mean, you know, fair enough if you only want to take trades when there's an arrow. You will find scenarios considering you can trade this on any trading instruments, so Forex, stocks, cryptos, commodities, indices, etc. And any chart time frame, you will always find opportunities. And the blue arrow does get you in early in some instances, as we see here, but then there are opportunities it will miss. I can see up here in this scenario, okay, if we just look at the midterm trend here, got this nice uptrend here, okay, and then after this pullback, okay, this level of resistance, okay, this level of resistance tested 1, 2, 3 times, 4 or 5 if you count within here as well. A nice wedge formation here, and then you can see that big breakout candle to the upside, and the indicator was sent to take a trade in the opposite direction. Okay, whereas a quick market analysis yourself would have told you that that probably would have been a bad idea going against this upwards trend, the market making these higher lows. So there's no magic quick fix with indicators, in my opinion. You're better off learning how to read price action yourself. Have good money management, okay? So you know, tight stop loss. When we catch a big move, we want to let it run as much as possible. So if we just zoom out here, you know, had we taken this breakout here, stop loss below the low around 20 pips, could have had over 200 pips if our stop loss, trailing stop loss, was taken out here. Otherwise, we could have had, you know, almost 600 pips of profit with a 20 pip stop loss. So that way, even if you take multiple losses in a row, it only takes one good trade, one good trend to maximize the move as much as possible to recover them losses, and then some more. Certainly what I wouldn't do is have like a 20 pip stop loss and just exit, get excited around here. Oh, we've made 50 pips, exit the trade, and just leave all that on the table. Of course, you can re-enter, but then every time you re-enter, you risk being wrong, plus you pay your broker spreads and commissions over and over again. Okay, so one good trade, down and around at the start of the trend somewhere and just try to maximize the moves as much as possible. Again, I'm not taking these signals blindly. And here's an example of why I don't rely just on technical indicators. So you can see a nice level of resistance, clear downtrend with these market making these lower highs. Okay, there's one red arrow there. Okay, which to be fair is, you know, is a decent trade. However, the arrow appeared at the bottom of this move here, so we want to wait for a pullback. And there was no trend confirmation really, you know, the market could have easily consolidated. We would have waited for a confirmation of the trend breakout with this move here. See this move down here? So we had the support line, big move down, breakout of this support level, and then we could have just traded on the pullback. Okay, that's the pullback there, and a breakout below that. Support then becomes resistance, as you see here. We would have been in this downtrend for potential 300 plus pips in the space of a few weeks. Okay, again, trailing stop to maximize the move as much as possible, but there was no red arrow to tell us that. If you were relying on the red arrow, you would have missed that entry opportunity. You would have missed this entry, which is an M pattern, breakout to the downside. Okay, another pullback after that breakout, could have traded that one there. Another pullback here. Okay, support breakout becomes resistance, could have traded here. And even as far down as here. Okay, so no coincidence, big candles like that. This support held up, M pattern again, you can see, in a big breakdown to the downside. And even as far down as here, by now you risk selling low. You don't want to sell low, you want to sell high and buy low. Okay, but you could have still jumped in there, probably decent amount of pips left in the move. Again, no red arrows, so just emphasizing I wouldn't personally rely on this indicator. Okay, you could use it just to gauge which direction you should look for trades rather than taking it as a trade itself. So if you see a red arrow, look for sell trades. If you see a blue arrow, look for buy trades. And that's one way, probably it could be used in a better manner. Like you have a blue arrow there, you don't necessarily buy straight away. Okay, you just wait for the trend to form. Okay, and then what do? We wait for pullbacks. It's exactly the same. So upwards trend, market making higher lows, pullback and a breakout. Resistance then becomes support. Whether you enter on the breakout or the pullback to resistance comes support, that's up to you. Resistance, 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 W chart pattern, breakout to the upside. Resistance becomes support. Trading long, so we've got our blue arrow. Same again. Okay, pullback, breakout. Pullback. Breakout. Not all breakouts will be cut and dry, but that's why we have a stop loss below the low to give ourselves room to maneuver. Okay, and you can also hone in and look for particular candlestick patterns if you want to better time your entry. I do have videos on various candlestick patterns, but nonetheless, that wasn't a terrible trade in any case. Okay, again, pullback, upwards move, pullback, breakout, big breakout candle, no coincidence, resistance becomes support. And there you are. And when you start to see all this consolidation, okay, you can think about not buying too high. If you've missed all of these opportunities, you're probably late. You might just want to wait for the next trend to form, which it does over here, and gives you ample opportunities to enter early. Okay, so if we look at both these scenarios, this trend upwards here, lots of opportunity to get in early here, and this downtrend here, lots of opportunity to get in early around here as well. What you don't want to do is buy up here and sell down there. Okay, so yeah, that's the buy sell indicator. As I said, you can use it on any trading instrument and any time frame. I generally find signals will be more reliable on the higher chart time frames just because there's more price data included. As with any trading strategy, make sure you have your trading emotions in check. And by that, I mean, don't let negative emotions like fear, anger, greed cloud your trading decisions. Okay. You certainly don't want to overtrade, which is basically forcing trades that aren't there. You don't want to FOMO, fear of missing out. Think that, if you've seen a big move upwards like this, you just try to buy up here somewhere because you see you see a big candle like this, you get excited and you buy there. I mean, if you just zoom out and look at the overall picture, you're buying at the high. Same with this scenario. If you fire open your chart and it looks like this and you see this big move downwards and you want to sell, you're just going to be selling at the low here. Okay, see the market makes these high lows as well. Definitely don't want to be selling down there. You just get caught in a bear trap, as we discussed earlier. Basically, people shorting late to the party, getting their stop losses taken out, market moves upwards. Traders who were in nice and early closing positions down around here, just as those who bought early were closing positions up around here. Okay, so make sure you got your discipline in check. Have a plan, stick to it. Don't revenge trade. If you've got a bad trade, don't take another trade to try and make up for it. That just end up getting you in a messier situation. And as I said, look for a trend, an obvious trend if you're looking to trade with these arrows. Like this is just noise. I mean, look at that. Yeah, you know, you probably don't want to trade in that, or I wouldn't. Whereas when you see a nice breakout trend like this, it should be pretty clear on your charts. Okay, do appreciate you watching. If you can like and subscribe, that would be great. And hopefully I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.